Hi fellow animals, welcome to Kimber's Kingdom, home of everything Kimber the White Lion. If there's something you'd like to see more of or less of, please let me know in the comments. I'm making this channel for you guys, so let me know what you want to see. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss a thing. Fire, one of the most powerful natural phenomena, simultaneously terrifying and beautiful, and also something that the 1965 TV series Kimber the White Lion seems to have an excessive amount of. Throughout the course of the series, there are not one, not two, but 3 episodes where fire plays a central role in the plot. First of all, in the episode 2 Hearts and 2 Minds, the documentary filmmakers trap Kitty in a fire in order to use the footage of her fleeing as the climax of their film, and Kimber runs in to rescue her. Then, in the episode Diamonds in the Gruff, a helicopter crashes into a river covered in tar, and the river catches fire, loosening the tar and allowing Kimber to free the alligators. Finally, in the episode The Red Menace, a huge forest fire threatens to consume Kimber's jungle, and Kimber and the animals have to build a wall as fast as they can to block the path of the fire. So, why? Why so much fire? Is it because the screenwriters ran out of ideas? Well, no. I think fire played such a large role in the series on purpose, and I'll explain the evidence for that in a minute. But before that, we need to understand what fire represents in the first place. When people think of fire, our minds immediately jump to destruction. We picture houses burning down, forests burning down, plants and animals reduced to ashes, life becoming non-life. But that's only part of the picture. The aftermath of a fire, especially here where I live in Australia, is a time of rebirth, a time of prolific growth and life. Some species of trees have seeds which can only sprout in the aftermath of a fire. They require the heat of the flames and the nutrients they expose in order to grow at all. Fire does not simply take life away, fire recycles life. Fire is life returning to the earth, and the nutrients of that life rearranged into new life, which grows back from the earth. The hundreds of indigenous nations of this continent know this. Their fire management practices have sustained the land for tens of thousands of years, and are increasingly being used by local governments today, with great success. So fire symbolises not so much destruction as rebirth. Another thing fire symbolises is purification. The most famous example of this interpretation is, unfortunately, the tens of thousands of witch burnings which took place from the mid-1400s to the mid-1700s in North America and Europe. Witches were burned partially because it was thought that fire purified the soul. But this association of fire with purification has not always had such a negative connotation. In many cultures, fire is used to cleanse an area, to remove negative energy, or to remove busy or active energy, which isn't negative but isn't something you'd want to have all the time. In Eastern Australian nations, smoking ceremonies have been used for thousands of years to do this, to cleanse one's own spirit and also the spirit of a place, a location. Indeed, this association of fire with purification seems to come naturally to most of us. For example, when we see a spider crawl behind a closet or find an unfortunate stain on the couch, what do we say? We say burn it. We seem to intuitively know that fire purifies. And perhaps, I'm just speculating here, but perhaps it's to do with the fact that fire has been used to purify drinking water by boiling it, and raw meat by cooking it, for as long as humans have been using it. Which leads us to the other thing that fire represents, and the one I think is most relevant to Kimber. Fire represents civilization. What is it that allowed humans to become so powerful, to exert such an influence on the world around us? Was it industry, our great lumbering machines? Was it woodwork and metallurgy, our ability to create weapons and tools that could outmatch the physical capabilities of the creatures around us? Well, ultimately, all these advancements depended on one crucial thing: fire. You can't do any of these things without fire. Fire once terrified us, it was something we had to run from, a ferocious expression of the raw power of nature. Until we learned how to make it, contain it, use it, and then fire changed, or at least our perception of fire changed. Fire was now a symbol of the power of humanity, the ultimate symbol of our ability to manipulate the world around us. The most powerful and terrifying raw force of nature had become a source not of fear but of heat, light, comfort and strength for humanity. In the most basic sense, yet the deepest sense, fire is civilization. Architecture, agriculture, technology, all these things vary wildly from culture to culture and continent to continent. But almost every civilization on Earth has one thing in common: fire. And that's where we come back to Kimba, because what is Kimba the White Lion all about? It's about Kimba bringing civilization to his jungle. It's about the relationship between humans and animals, and the relationship between civilization and nature. So of course fire's a recurring symbol. There's no more universal nor more powerful symbol of civilization than fire. But was that really the writer's intent? Did they really think this deeply about it? Well, perhaps looking at the context surrounding each incidence of fire in the series will shed some light on that. In Two Hearts, the fire was created by humans. The human film crew deliberately started the fire to terrify the animals and make them do what was needed for their film. It was the ultimate demonstration of human control over animals, and humans' abuse of that power. It was the ultimate demonstration of the unmatched, awe-inspiring strength of human civilization. A few episodes later in Diamonds in the Gruff, the fire began when Kimba outmaneuvered the humans' helicopter and it crashed into the river. This context is very different. The fire was started by a human machine, yes, but by the failure of a human machine. By the human's defeat at the hands, or paws, I guess, of an animal. The animals are not controlling fire at this point, as evidenced by the fact Kimba almost gets himself killed by the smoke while trying to save the alligators. But still, the balance of power has clearly shifted towards the animals here. And then, much later toward the end of the series, we get the Red Menace, where, first of all, apart from possibly Kimba's friend Roger, there are no humans to be seen anywhere, and also where the animals achieve complete mastery of the fire. Kimba's wall is a success, it keeps the fire out. The jungle is saved thanks to the deliberate actions of the animals, due to their deliberate containment and redirection of the fire. I think, viewed together, these 3 episodes give an idea of what the writers were trying to say by including so much fire in the series. The fire in Kimba the White Lion, and the animals' response to it, represents the progress the animals of Kimba's jungle are making towards civilization. It represents their transition from disempowerment and suffering at the hands of humans to a state where they can fend for themselves and stand on their own 2 feet, or I guess 4 paws. In Two Hearts, the animals are at the mercy of the fire and the humans wielding it. In Diamonds, the animals don't control fire, but they aren't at its mercy either. They use it for their advantage, and the humans lose control of it. And in Red Menace, we see the animals take control of fire on their own, and demonstrate that they are now, unambiguously, a civilization. That is the meaning of fire in Kimba the White Lion, and that's why there's so much of it throughout the series. But alright, you say, all of this is missing the real question. Why are there so many helicopter crashes in Kimba the White Lion? Because helicopter crashes look cool. That's all for now, fellow animals. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, please subscribe. If you can't get enough Kimba content, feel free to join our Kimba fan club on Discord. Everyone is welcome, even if you're new to Kimba. Thanks again for watching and have a great day.